Welcome to this edition of North Penn News. I'm Sarah Connor.
And I'm Kyle Berger. Leading off today on North Penn News, several elementary schools recently had some special visitors. North Penn News reporter Christy Zabrowski has the story.
Several North Penn elementary schools were privileged enough to have two players from the Harlem Wizards visit them. The Harlem Wizards entertained their audiences with tricks that appeared almost magical to the students. After their show of skills, the Wizards selected students from the audience to participate in simple games. One child even challenged the Wizards, saying he was a better basketball player. During these games, students had the opportunity to win various prizes for their participation. Teachers also joined in the fun as they played a game of catch with the Wizards. In the end, it proved a very entertaining day for everyone. If you wish to see the Wizards in action, they will be competing against some of the North Penn teachers in a basketball game at Gwinnett Square Elementary School on November 7th. For more information, call the main office at Gwinnett Square. For North Penn News, I'm Christy Zabrowski.
It's that time of year again when a select group of seniors gets a chance to be crowned homecoming king and queen. The seniors voted for 25 female and male semifinalists who were then narrowed down to 7 finalists by the junior and senior classes. A photo shoot was done the day after the contestants found out that they had made the cut. The king finalists are Tony Caliano, Dean Caravulius, Greg Elko, Mike Jowder, Martin Leonard, Arthur Steingrubel, and Steve Turzo. The queen finalists are Heather DeSembrino, Rachel Epps, Nadine Gabadon, Jillian Lang, Amanda Marcella, Jennifer Schomper, and Jennifer Sykes. The King and Queen hopefuls will get to walk in Crawford Stadium at the football game on Friday, October 16th. Catch the game action and find out who the 1998-1999 homecoming King and Queen are right here on North Penn Television.
The North Penn High School construction project is moving along quickly. With the cafeteria addition finished, crews can now concentrate their efforts on the addition in the front of the school. All the framing steel has been set in place, and the crews have already begun putting the outer covering on the walls. In some places, the outer masonry has already been installed. Crews are also wiring the electrical system inside the addition.
Starting October 1st, the North Penn High School Library will be open for extended hours. The library will be open on Mondays and Thursdays until 4 p.m. and on Wednesday from 7 o'clock until 9. The times in the student handbook are not correct. The right hours are Mondays 7:10 a.m. to 4 o'clock, Tuesdays 7:10 a.m. to 3:20, Wednesday 7:10 a.m. to 3:20 p.m., and from 7 o'clock p.m. until 9 o'clock p.m. On Thursday 7:10 a.m. to 4 o'clock, Friday's hours are 7:10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Students are reminded to bring their student ID when visiting the library in the evening.
The week of October 12th through the 16th is National School Lunch Week, and to commemorate this event, the Food Service Department will be giving each student buying lunch a special dessert free of charge. The North Penn School District Food Service Department would like to think of a good breakfast and a good lunch as the core of the educational process here at North Penn. The department would like to thank the administrators, teachers, and students who support the program every day.
Attention students, sophomores and junior picture retakes will take place on Thursday, October 29th, beginning at 7:45 a.m. and ending at 11 a.m. Any students who are absent or need a retake should sign up in the Student Center by October 23rd.
The North Penn School District was just presented with money for its achievement on last year's PSSA tests. The grades on these tests have met the criteria to receive more funding. Pembroke and Penfield Middle Schools, Gwinnett Square, Hatfield, and Montgomery Elementary Schools received their funding based on achievement. Bridle Path, Inglewood, and Oak Park Elementary Schools received their money based on attendance. Achievement awards are based on the results of the reading and math PSSA tests administered in grades 5 and 8. The attendance awards are based on improvement in attendance rates.
Walton Farm Elementary has begun their Reading Buddy program again. 5th graders and 1st graders have paired up to explore and expand their learning across the curriculum with math, science, and culturally related projects with hopes of enriching their studies, boosting self-esteem, and experiencing the concept of sharing knowledge and skills.
Recently, Hatfield Elementary School students had the pleasure of learning about the weather from Fox TV Channel 29 meteorologist Rob Guarino. Kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade students began with the lessons on the weather and the importance of the rainforests, and Guarino shared with the students cloudy with a chance of meatballs. The upper students learned about the symbols on weather maps and hurricanes. Then the students turned up the heat with a game about math and weather. Each grade level was competing for a chance to visit Fox Studios in Philadelphia. When the game ended in a tie, Guarino announced they would all get to visit the studio. 35 North Penn High School students have recently been named Advanced Placement Scholars in recognition of their exceptional achievement on the college-level AP exams. Krupa Patel and Sahini Sanyal are the only two students from North Penn's class of '99 to achieve this honor. Congratulations to Krupa and Sahini.
North Penn High School seniors Eric Bacocci and Sylvia Asturias have been named finalists in the National Hispanic Recognition Program. This program is a college board program that provides national recognition to achievements of Hispanic high school seniors. They have been named finalists as a result of their performance on the 1997 PSAT and MSQT test. Congratulations, Eric and Sylvia.
5 North Penn High School students were recently named National Merit semifinalists in the 1999 Merit Scholarship Competition. These 5 students are among more than 1.1 million students in 20,000 U.S. high schools who entered the program as juniors by taking the 1997 PSAT and MSQT test. The test was used as an initial screen of program entrants. The highest scores in each state were designated semifinalists. The students selected as semifinalists were Timothy Anderson, Christopher Castelnuovo, Kimberly Dash, Kimberly Dunn, and Mitchell Siped. Congratulations to all.
North Penn High School senior Daniel Watson Bay has been recognized as a semifinalist in the 1999 National Achievement Scholarship Program competition. Daniel is among 1,500 African American students named national semifinalists as a result of their performance on the 1997 PSAT and MSQT. Congratulations, Daniel.
Attention all students, there is an abundance of scholarships available in the Future Plan Center. The following scholarships are due before the end of 1998. The Prudential Spirit of Community Scholarship is due October 21st. The Jefferson Scholars Scholarship is due October 30th. The Coca-Cola Scholarship is due October 31st. The Tools for Tomorrow Scholarship is due November 6th. The Emory Scholarship is due November 9th. And the Horatio Alger Enriching America Scholarship is also due November 9th. The Chapel of the Four Chaplains Scholarship is due November 9th as well. The Toyota Community Scholars Award is due November 19th. And the American Fire Sprinkler Association Scholarship is due December 4th. For more information on these scholarships, see Mrs. Chioda Keller in the Future Plan Center.
There are a few more available scholarships for students due after the new year. The Ron Brown Scholarship is due January 9th. The Washington Crossing Scholarship is due January 15th. The Grand Masters Law Enforcement Scholarship is due March 26th. And the Princeton Review Scholarship is due May 1st. Again, for more information on these scholarships, see Mrs. Chioda Keller in the Future Plan Center.
The North Penn High School Athletic Department invites parents of student athletes to a presentation on athletics at the collegiate level. The seminar will take place on Tuesday, October 27th at 7:30 p.m. in room C39. A variety of topics ranging from scholarships to expectations of the college athlete today will be covered.
Act 211 Committee, the North Penn Committee for Safe and Drug-Free Schools, is asking for participation from the community. The goal of this committee is to create an awareness for the students, parents, teachers, and community members through a variety of outreach programs. If you are interested in this committee, please contact Mrs. Sandra Newman, Assistant Principal at North Penn High School, at 368-9800, extension 416.
North Penn's Financial Aid Night is scheduled for Monday, November 16th, 1998 at 7:30 p.m. Mr. George Walter, Director of Financial Assistance at Villanova University, will be the presenter of the program. Parents of seniors and juniors should attend this important meeting to get an understanding of how the financial aid process works.
SATs will be offered at North Penn High School on December 5th, 1998 and January 23rd, 1998. Registration deadline for the December test is October 30th, 1998, and the deadline for the January test is December 18th, 1998. Late registration for the December test is November 11th, 1998, and late registration for January test is December 30th, 1998.
Scholastic aptitude test scores from the class of 1998 have been released. The total average score for the class was 1059 compared to a national average score of 1007 and the state average score of 992. Average verbal score for the North Penn High School class was 529 and the average math score for the North Penn High School class was 531. The class of 1998 scores are slightly higher than the class of 1997.
North Penn School District has released their 10th day enrollment. The largest class in the district is the class of 2008. This year's third grade class with a total of 1,126 students. The smallest class in the district is the class of 2011, this year's kindergarten, with a total of 871 students. The total number of students in the high school has reached 2,770 this year. The grand total for the entire district is 13,181.
We're going to kick off our North Penn sports coverage with some footage of the football game against Abington last Friday, in which North Penn came away with a 48-14 victory. So let's go to the highlight tape from Crawford Stadium. Things got started out for North Penn. Aaron Thomas on the kickoff return. He fumbled it, giving the Knights horrible field position, but he more than made up for it on the third play from scrimmage, as we're going to watch him take the inside reverse, and that's right, 98 yards. He says goodbye to the Abington defense and outruns John Connor, who runs a 4.4 40-yard dash into the end zone. 7-0 North Penn, the longest run in North Penn history. Heike Johnson, the superior junior, gets this handoff off tackle, and thanks to a block from Dave Koslow, rumbles 35 yards for the touchdown. 14-0 still in the first quarter. Heike Johnson was not done, however, as he takes this run up the middle, hurdles over a couple players, and will go 47 yards, 47 yards into the end zone for the touchdown. All in the first quarter. 21-0 was the score. Into the second quarter we go. Here's a pickoff by Aaron Thomas, and he's going to not go anywhere with it, but North Penn would gain control, and from there, same drive next quarter, Clay Kucklick into the end zone, 7-yard run, giving North Penn a big lead. They would go into halftime with a 35-0 lead after this. Heike Johnson, 22-yard run, runs off the screen, but he gets into the end zone. We'll go into the third quarter actually now. North Penn is up by 35. They kept their first team in after this play, the opening kickoff of the second half. Abington fumbles it. The ball is still loose at this point. North Penn finally falls on it. And then they keep their first offense on the field for one last play, and it would be this Aaron Thomas pitch off the right side, getting good blocking in front of him, and he will go into the end zone 18 yards for the touchdown. Abington finally got on the board as Francis Benson, the Abington quarterback, makes a move past the Knights' Mike Colinello and will go 65 yards. We finally caught up with him on the camera, and he'll go into the end zone. Abington's first score of the game. At that point, it was 42-7. Sid Anand, number 5, getting into the end zone right there, is the Knights' backup quarterback who came into the game, giving the second team a touchdown. They missed the extra point. It was 48-7. At that point, Francis Benson goes 20 yards into the end zone, closing off the scoring, making the final score 48-14. North Penn goes on for the win. They're now 5-0, the best start since 1960 when it was known as Lansdale High School. This week, it's CB West, father versus son, Penn versus Penn. Crawford Stadium, Friday night at 7:30. Be sure to watch for that on North Penn Television.
The boys soccer team lost a tough 3-2 decision to Penn Ridge on Wednesday. A Rams goal in the final second of the first half took the wind out of North Penn's sails. The Knights' goals were scored by Stephen Craig and Josh Snyder earlier in the week. They lost to William Tennant 2-0. The Knights outplayed the Panthers, but came up short in the end. They have a record of 6-7-1 and will play at Ben Salem on Friday.
North Penn's ice hockey club notched its first win of the season against Archbishop Wood last Tuesday. The Knights cruised to a 5-0 shutout win. They were led by Mike DePiero's 2 goals, and Kevin Hayes had a shutout between the pipes. North Penn is now 1-1 and will host Cheltenham next Tuesday at Face-Off Circle in Warminster.
North Penn's water polo teams picked up both wins over Upper Merion on Wednesday. The girls' team won 8-2 and were led by Lara DiLuigi's 3 goals. The boys won 20-10 thanks to 10 goals by Jeremy Bergman. Both teams will be at Lawrenceville Prep on Monday.
The field hockey team has finally found its winning ways. They picked up a huge 4-2 win over Penn Ridge on Wednesday. North Penn's goals were scored by Kate Somar, Meg Somar, Tara Wagner, and Christina Ford. Earlier in the week, the Maidens picked up a tie against William Tennant 1-1. Christina Ford tied the game up with a goal coming in the final minutes of the game. The Maidens now have a record of 4-8-1 and will host Ben Salem on Friday.
The Maidens volleyball team continues to struggle through its inaugural season in the Suburban 1 League. North Penn lost to Pennsbury in 3 games, 15-0, 15-5, 13-15, and 15-1. Jody Salerno had 6 kills for North Penn, and Beth Lagoria had 12 assists. North Penn's cross-country teams both competed against CB East in dual meets on Wednesday.
The maidens won 20-40 over the Patriots, and Megan DeSimone won the individual race. The Knights lost 36-21 for their first loss of the season. Last weekend, the maidens ran to a first-place finish at the Salesianum Invitational. The maidens placed 5 runners in the top 20, with Megan DeSimone and Diane Schillo placing first and third, respectively. The Knights finished 18th amid tough competition at the Steel City Invitational on Saturday. Zach Webb was North Penn's top finisher with an 8th place, just a minute off of the winning pace. Both teams will be at the Hartford Invitational on Saturday. And that's all the time we have for this edition of North Penn News. For the entire North Penn News team, I'm Kyle Berger.
And I'm Sarah Connett. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of Sports Night. I'm your host, Kyle Berger. Joining me on today's show are 2 members of the North Penn soccer team, Nick Bucci and Brian Sherman. Thanks for being here, guys. Nick, we'll start with you. This is the second year under head coach Dave Jones. Over the past 2 years, you've shown improvement. What are the ways you guys have been adjusting to having your new head coach?
Well, we had to get used to him at first, and it took about halfway through the season just to start to get the hang of him and just to get used to the team. But a lot of preseason work and just a lot of time practice and just really helped us out, and we're still improving to this day.
So have you seen a little more emphasis placed on the defensive side of soccer?
Yeah, I think so. Definitely our defense, I think our team is pretty much defensive team. It's really kept us in the games this year. Defense and a strong goalie and strong work by Brian.
Okay, now, Brian, we have Josh Long is now the goalie for this year's team. You had Chris Johnson the past couple years, who was an all-league selection. Have you guys had to adjust a little more defensively to make up for losing Johnson to graduation?
Well, I think our defense is good enough to keep him down to low shots, but Josh is doing a great job this year. And I think I'm the only new player on the defense. Everyone else is mostly the same. And Kip, Elko, and Booch are doing a great job this year, stopping them from scoring. And that's really what's been keeping us this year, because we're not scoring that much recently. So that's really what's keeping us in the games this year.
Okay, now, Nick, we'll go back to the beginning part of the season. You had 2 really crucial losses in overtime, back-to-back to both Council Rock and Neshaminy. Explain what that meant to the team.
Well, I think if we could have pulled out those overtime wins, it would have gave us the confidence for the rest of the season. I think right now our record would have been totally opposite. Right now we're 6-8-1. I think maybe the confidence could have brought us to maybe 10-3 or 10-4, something like that. But I think we just really had to battle back from those overtime losses and just keep playing hard.
But, Brian, the good thing about Suburban 1 soccer is you get a chance to play every team twice. Upcoming in the near future for you guys, you have Council Rock and Neshaminy again. You're really gearing up for those, aren't you?
Today we're playing Council Rock. Should be a really big game. And then later on this week we're playing Neshaminy, and then our senior game is against Pennsbury, which is our last game of the year, and hopefully everyone will come out and play big games for those games.
Okay, now, Nick, district playoffs are coming up. Do you think you guys have a chance to make in with your record?
I think if we win maybe 3 of our last 4 games, we can still get an at-large bid, and it can prove to a lot of people that we are a team to beat and we can beat the top teams.
Okay, looking back on the season, Brian, what do you see as a highlight of the season, either personally or as a member of the team for you this year?
Well, for me, it was probably the Christopher Dock game, because that was my best game of the year probably, and I scored the winning goal. That was probably my highlight of the year. And for the team, it was probably so far tying Council Rock and Neshaminy, then losing in overtime. Everyone played really good those games, and that was probably the highlight for the team.
Nick, your thoughts on the same question?
I think that the highlight is just playing this year, senior year, and just trying to have fun every game.
Okay, now colleges for you guys. Nick, you're looking at Villanova, I guess?
Yes, I'm looking there, maybe play soccer, just walk on. We'll see what happens.
And Brian, for you?
I'm maybe looking at Westchester play there as a walk-on too.
Okay, well, that's going to wrap up this edition of Sports Night. I'd like to thank Nick Bucci and Brian Sherman for joining us and wish them best of luck for the rest of the soccer season. Until next time, I'm Kyle Berger, and I'll see you at the game.